the view from the top of Lincoln Court on Bethune Road in Stoke Newington, the tower blocks which overlook the East Reservoir. The view here is looking east, with Edmonton IKEA straight ahead of us, behind that Banbury Reservoir, and a little further down now is the northern Walthamstow reservoirs. Moving round is the southern group of Walthamstow reservoirs, which is what, a kilometre and a half to 2 kilometres away. Looking southeast, across the east end, in the foreground this is Stoke Newington and Stamford Hill. And that's obviously at the beginning of the east end with the tower blocks looking there, and a little further round, almost behind the next tower block in the foreground. In the background there's Canary Wharf. Now looking south-southeast, and this is the interesting bit from a local perspective. This is the view onto the East Reservoir. And beyond it, here's the West Reservoir, full of disturbance of course, and just beyond that the Emirates Stadium, and just to the left of that, Post Office Tower. Just on the edge of the West Reservoir there is the castle, which is now a climbing centre. And panning back towards the south, you can see the Gherkin. A little further in the foreground you can see St Mary's New Church on Stoke Newington Church Street. Now looking roughly southwest over the East Reservoir is the New River. Below that, the East Reservoir Community Garden, London Wildlife Trust. Down below is there. The New River goes north and then bends west. Looking along the New River as it goes west. That's looking northwest, and coming up on the skyline is Alexandra Palace. That's about 4 kilometres north-northwest. And in the foreground down here, the infamous Woodbury Down estate, soon to be razed to the ground. down here is trees, the New River. It runs north off Newington Close, where we are, and that's the distant view into Hertfordshire. This is exactly where peregrine sits and occasionally plucks. And then back around, looking northeast and east towards Walthamstow Reservoir.